What's up, gamers? Okay, so we're gonna walk through how to make a budget in Google Sheets tonight. Long story short, we'll be using some numbers that I came up with for someone who would be working at a factory here in town or have basically an entry level, just out of high school job. While these numbers won't be exactly your numbers for your first job, what you will be able to do is when you set it up right, all of the different columns and stuff will talk to each other. So either you can go home, and if you already have a job, you can take your pay stub or your earnings statement and you can plug in your numbers, and boom, now this is no longer a school project. This is your budget that you're making right now. If you don't have a job yet, just wait until you get your first job. I'll show you how to star this spreadsheet so that way it's at the top of all your files. And then when you do get that first job, you'll be able to drop all your numbers in. So enough yapping, let's get going. So what you're going to need to do first is you're going to need to open a Google spreadsheet. So you're going to look up just Sheets, and then you see mine pops up right there. But if you Google search it, it'll be right here. You'll need to sign in with your school account. Once you've got your school account open, this is where I was messing around before, you're going to start a blank spreadsheet right here where I'm pointing. Okay? Once you've got your blank spreadsheet open, go ahead and title it your name. Nope, right up here. Your name. So it would be Mr. Daniels or Emma's or so-and-so's budget. Okay? And this little star right here, you're going to hit star. And that's going to make sure that it is at the top of your files, so that way you don't lose it. Okay? We'll close this. We're not going to have any custom made tables. And for this next part, you're going to need to go to Schoology, and you're going to need to open the Your Pay Stub document that looks like this. I haven't posted it yet, but it'll be in the Session 8 folder. It'll say Your Pay Stub. Okay? That's the only other thing you'll need for this. So you'll have your spreadsheet, which you've already named and starred, and you'll have this document open. Okay? So let's get into it. Go ahead to type in one of these boxes. I can click on any of them and it moves my little highlight. But to type in any of them, I actually need to double click. So I've got this selected, click, click, and now my little cursor pops up. I can start typing. We're going to start with gross income. I recommend for some budgets just doing net income, but especially if you're somebody who's really into maximizing your tax refund or anything like that, you really want to make sure that you've got your gross income, your deductions, and your net pay. So we're going to do that, okay? So we're going to type gross income right there. After that, you're going to write deductions. I think I spelled that right. And then underneath deductions, you're going to write all of the different deductions from this earnings statement, right? So this is your earnings statement from Midwest Manufacturing Company. Where do I find my deductions? Right here under deductions. So what are my different deductions? I have federal tax. I have state tax. What's my next one? Social Security and Medicare. Oh, by the way, if you want to know how I'm jumping between like that without always double clicking, just hit enter. So Social Security, enter, Medicare, enter, okay? And what's my last two? Health insurance and 401k. Your 401k is the form that's your retirement form. So that's your retirement contribution that's coming out of your paycheck, okay? So we'll write health insurance and 401k, retirement. Okay. Now, again, feel free to pause the video, go back if you missed any of this. What we're going to do is we're going to make this look a little bit prettier. So start with gross income up here. Highlight that cell. You don't need to double click. You just need to click on it. And then you're going to come up to this little paint bucket up here. This is going to change the color of the cell, which is each of these little boxes are called a cell. So we're going to highlight A1, gross income. We're going to come up to the paint bucket. And you can make yours a different color. I'm going to make mine pink. I like pink for gross income, okay? Now, all of my deductions, I want to be the same color, so that way I know that they're the same thing. So what I'm going to do, watch, I'm going to highlight deductions, and I'm not going to grab the blue ball. I'm just going to click and drag. So again, one more time, I highlight deductions, click, and drag, and it's going to highlight all of those, A2 through 8. Then I'm going to click my little paint bucket. Oh, and let's make deductions orange. I want to make, well, we're at Snyder. We probably shouldn't use orange. Let's make them light red, okay? Because we're sad that that money's coming out, okay? So these are going to be all of our deductions, okay? Then what do we get when we take gross income minus deductions? That's right, net income. I can type, I promise. Net income is going to go down here. And let's make net income green because we're excited about the money we're taking home. Okay? So now let's put some numbers next to this. What's our gross income? Let's look at our pay stub. Earnings, gross pay, current. Remember what YTD stands for? Year to date, right? I feel a little bit like Dora the Explorer. What does this mean, right? No, YTD is year to date, so that means that today, September 6th, whenever this paycheck is, they've earned this much to date. We're just worried about this paycheck, though. So in the, I don't want to mess with my chart. Okay, so just in that gross payment, we're going to put 1480, okay? So hop over here, gross income, 1480. Beautiful, okay? Now, this is going to be so important, so don't miss this step, okay? Watch my cursor. I'm going to click right up here in this top corner above 1 and to the left of A. That's going to highlight the whole thing, okay? What we're doing right now, this is just a naked number. This doesn't tell me is it 1480 ducks, 1480 feet. We want to make that $1,480. So here's how we're going to do that. Once you've clicked this little box, you're going to go to Format, Number, and then we're going to go, let's do currency, okay? Accounting would put all these weird parentheses in. We don't want rounded because we want cents in here. Let's do currency. And that's going to turn all of our numbers into dollar amounts. I'm going to show you how to do that one more time, okay? So where's my undo? Boop. Okay. So we've got 1480 right here. We want to make sure that's a dollar amount. So we're going to click in the corner, Format, Number, Currency. And that's going to turn all of our dollar amounts into money. Okay. So now deductions, this is just a label. So we don't need to put anything in this box. So that way it doesn't confuse us. Let's mark it out. So with this cell highlighted, B2, we're going to go over to our paint bucket. We're going to fill it black so we don't use that box. Okay. Now, what was our federal tax? 120. And look, because I already formatted the whole thing, that's going to automatically become a dollar amount. What was our state? 52. Our Social Security, 91.76. Our Medicare was 21.47. Again, watch this as many times as you need. Slow down if you get lost, okay? 45 and 44.40. 45, 44.40, okay? So now these are all of our deductions right here, okay? Do one last thing with me before we do some math together, okay? I want you to highlight gross income. You remember your paint bucket over here. Count over 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make that bold so that way we know that it's an important number. Boom. See how I just hit that B and my words changed? Let's do the same thing on that number. Boom. Bold. Now that's going to stick out more than our other number. Deductions. Boom. We're going to make that bold. And net income. Boom. All right. So now how do we calculate net income? We got to take 1,480 minus all these numbers. That's a lot of math. Well, here's why I'm glad we're doing a spreadsheet. We're going to make this spreadsheet do the math for us. Okay, so take a big deep breath in. Here we go. So now here's where you're going to get lost, but don't worry. Don't worry. Go ahead, click into this cell, double click. You're going to hit equals. Equals is up by your backspace bar in the top right of your keyboard. And we're going to type equals. It's going to try to suggest something. Don't do that. Okay. Here's the thing. You have two options. We can either type the cell we want. So if we want to take this number minus something, we can type B1, and that's going to highlight this cell. That's too much work. We're not trying to do all that, okay? So just type equals and then click on the cell you want. Boom. It automatically throws it in there for you. Then what are we trying to do? We're trying to take 1480 minus all these, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use minus, which is right by the number 0 on your keyboard. And here's where it's going to get a little techie. Don't let it scare you. We're going to say sum parentheses. Where do I find that parentheses? Shift and the number 9. Okay, so I'm going to say that one more time. Equals, click, minus, type, SUM. Sum means we're telling the computer to add together the numbers we're about to tell it. Sum parentheses. If you don't put this parentheses, it won't work. And then click and drag all the numbers we want it to add together. Okay? Hit Shift 0 to add another parentheses, and now watch. Boom, it's going to do that math for us. Let's check and see if our math was right. It says our net income is $1,105. Let's see if that's right. Net income, $1,105. We did it, okay? Now, Mr. Daniels, why couldn't I just copy that from my pay stub? I'll show you. What happens if a law passes in Indiana where all of a sudden our state tax goes up? Man, wouldn't that suck? Watch this, guys. Let's say our state tax isn't $52 anymore. Let's say it's $70. Boom, did you see that? My net income just updated because instead of just putting in a number, we put in this formula. So watch that one more time. Our state income tax is $52. Then when we change the price, boom, our net income automatically updates. This budget, the reason why it's going to be a tool for you, not just an assignment for class, is that you can change every single one of these numbers. If you don't pay health insurance, guess what? After you do the assignment, just delete that row. Boom, it's gone, and it's going to update your net income. Okay? So, good job on getting this far. Let's go ahead, let's break into the next section. Okay? All of this stuff that you've just done here that I'm highlighting, this is all coming straight from your pay stub, okay? This isn't really a budget yet. This is just keeping an eye on your money, okay? Now we're going to get into the budgeting part, which is really, really fun. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pause the video here before we get into that next part because I only have a 15-minute allowance on this free version. So see me in the next part. We're going to get into budgeting.